fifth grade band families. By now, you know that I am Mr. Moran, one of our band directors at Lake, and by now you have also learned what instrument you are going to play for the year. Hopefully, you are as just excited as us. Now, for the most important step, you have to get an instrument. I'm here to walk you through your options, and we ask that you stick to the options that we outline and don't stray from our plan. Getting an instrument that works is key to making sure our students have a great experience. And just remember, just like with most things, you get what you pay for. Okay, cheaper does not mean better in the world of instruments unless you find a quality instrument that's used that you can get for a better price, which we'll talk about a little bit later. We've made arrangements for all of you, and a big thing to remember is never let money stand in the way of a child learning music. So if you find that you might struggle with monthly payments, please talk to me or Mrs. Jansen because we will make it work. That is the Lake Band promise to you. So let's go with our options. Option number one, you already own an instrument, which is wonderful. If that is you, please just make sure that we have a chance to check out the instrument. If you got it from a family member and it's older, we want to make sure that nothing has happened over the years that are going to prevent it from playing to the best of its ability. You know, maybe it needs to be cleaned, maybe it has to have a dent taken out. There's a whole slew of things that could happen just from sitting in a case. So we want to make sure that that instrument is as best as possible for you and your family. Option number two, call one of these two companies. The first one is Instrument Care Center, and that's in Findlay, and their number is 419-424-3703. You may also call Rettig Music in Toledo. Their number is 1-800-42-MUSIC, and when you spell out music, it is 68742. Both of these companies come to our school every week, and they will actually drop off the instrument that you order, along with any other supplies you might order from now until the time that band is done. Monthly prices for each instrument differ based on A, what instrument it is, and B, which company you're going to choose. Instrument Care Center, you'll find that the monthly payments are a couple dollars higher, and that's because that they are on a schedule to get you to pay off that instrument within 2 years. Rettig Music, I believe, will allow you to take longer. However, in the end, the overall cost will be a little bit more because if you want to lease the instrument for a little bit longer, it's going to cost a little bit more money. Every instrument, unless you get into super specialty instruments like the oboe or the French horn, they're going to end up costing right around $25 to $40 per month. It just depends what instrument you get. And when you get into those specialty instruments like oboe or French horn, the price will get closer to about $50 per month. But you can also, by the way, go to rettigmusic.com. They do have a website, and click on the Rent to Own tab, select our school, Lake, and find the instrument to which we assigned for you. Some other benefits to consider when choosing this option between Instrument Care Center and Rettig Music is if your child ever changes instruments, say little Susie starts on the trumpet and then after a year wants to switch to the flute, all the money that you paid towards the trumpet goes towards the flute. You just have to exchange the instruments. If, say, you choose a 2-year plan to buy or rent to own the instrument, if you decide halfway through that you want to purchase the instrument, whatever your remaining balances is, either place will actually give you a discount off of that remaining balance since you are going to pay it off early. And it's a decent percentage. It depends on what instrument and which company you go with, but there is a benefit to buying the instrument early. And then they also offer protection plans. So if something happens that is not the child's fault and say a dent from the case or a dent is on the instrument from the case when you shut it, the company will file that with the maker of the instrument and you get the repair made for free. So that's a wonderful added benefit of buying through or renting to own through Instrument Care Center or Rettig Music. Option 3 is using a school-owned instrument. If money is tough for you, that's what we want this option to be used for. This isn't just for anybody. It's specifically reserved for the people who might need a little bit of help financially. There is still a cost associated with a school-owned instrument, which is $50 per year. You can do that in payments to us. We're willing to work is the important thing to take away. Now, these instruments aren't as nice as the instruments that you'll get from Instrument Care Center or Rettig, but they're instruments that we have had at the school and we want to have available for kids. So they're not nice and shiny and new, but they will get the job done. If you need this option, please email me at smaran, that's SMARAN, at lakeschools.org, or Mrs. Jansen at kjansen, KJANSEN at lakeschools.org. Again, this option is for people who are struggling with that are going to struggle with making monthly payments. And option 4 is you find a nice used instrument through a family member or friend. Maybe you decide that you want to search on Craigslist for something or Facebook Marketplace. That is fine, but what we ask is that you talk to us beforehand. If you can email me and say, hey, Mr. Moran, I found a Bach trumpet. Is that a good brand? I'm going to say yes. If you send me an email that says, hey, I found a pink flute for my daughter, I'm gonna guess that that's not a good option. Colors other than silver or gold are not going to do great things for your student. Typically, those instruments break just as soon as you buy them, and we want to make sure it's a good experience. So, the overall takeaway from all of this is there are a few ways to get an instrument. Please let us help if you have any questions. Shoot us an email. We answer very fast. Please don't buy a cheap instrument that you find on Amazon or other sites. A brand new instrument should not cost a couple of $100s. It should be closer to $750 or $1,000 for a student model. We have connections at stores around the area that are very beneficial to you and your family. Just please email us. Communicate with us. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So please do not hesitate. And finally, the most important information is we ask that you have all of your instruments no later than September 28th. Okay? Again, any questions, concerns, send me or Mrs. Jansen an email, and we will answer as soon as possible. So thank you. We're looking forward to making music with all of you this year. Take care.